Well, good morning, Lionhearts. It's your old pal, Jordan the Lion. How are you all doing today? Great. If you saw the last vlog, you saw that we stayed the night here at the world famous Clown Motel in Tonopah, Nevada. Now, I'll take off today, but I am coming back because there are other things I'd like to vlog here in the future. There's some Wyatt Earp history out here. And speaking of Earp, we're gonna take off to Goldfield today. Daze with Jordan the Lion, it begins right now. I definitely will be back. This town had its own vibe, that's for sure. Just saw a sign that said next gas, 96 miles. I love the drive. I love the drives out here. To Goldfield from Tonopah is only about, I think it's less than 30 miles. Here we are, Goldfield. I have traveled through here before, but I never got to stop, so it's a first for me as well. Well, believe it or not, this town that's kind of fell by the wayside, it's almost like a roadside attraction now, was once the largest town in the state. In 1902, they discovered gold deposits out here and founded the town, named it Goldfield, and within 2 years they had a population of 20,000 people, hosting lightweight boxing matches out here. And Virgil and Wyatt Earp moved out here in 1904. Virgil became the sheriff and ended up getting sick after just a few months and ended up dying here. And then Wyatt Earp took off shortly thereafter. Let's go explore a little of this town. Sadly, what they credit as kind of destroying this was a massive fire in 1923. It burned down most of the town. But a couple of the buildings still remain, and one of them is supposedly haunted, the Goldfield Hotel. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's still a thriving antique store, but we can walk around it because it's still decorated like one. Oh yeah, I guess it is open. There's the ice cream parlor. There's an old mine. There's a teepee. So right across from the antique store we were just at, there is a historic vehicles of Goldfield museum in here that you can take a look at. Part of the old train history and mining history. That was the dump truck, 1934 dump truck. And here's the old Goldfield Library. This section of town looks interesting. This house looks almost like an old depot house. I think this might be one of the little motels here. Yeah, the Goldfield Inn. Wow, that really gives you like that stepping back in time feel, doesn't it? And this is great. Little mini general store out front of the actual store. I love it. There's an old train car. That's not the actual Goldfield Hotel. We'll go find the real one. Hard to believe this used to be the largest town or city in the state. Wow, this is such an interesting town. You'll see, because some of it is just decaying beauty, and then some of it's turned to pure art. I mean, if you look right there, looks like a mine right there. So I couldn't help but notice this driving in. I mean, I didn't even see the UFO on top until now. Take a look at this place. That is pure Americana. God love them. Look at the other side of the building. We kind of saw it when we were driving in. That's obviously what caught my eye, was this. All of this stuff. And specifically, it was Albert Einstein crossing the street. Rodeo access. Then look at their back building. Just a pretty neat place. Do not enter, tests in progress. Great sense of humor. Let's go see what's around the other side. Back here from our Mohawk UFO. Pretty much entered the mining company. Interesting. This is right across the street, and it also says Mohawk Antiques, so I assume it's all the same place. This freaked me out when I glanced over and saw it from the street. Thought I was being watched. There's the beginning of a bottle tree. Okay, this shows you how many miles it is to all these places from Mohawk Antiques. Oh, that's nuts. Look inside. Got like a table with like a bust of Julius Caesar back there. Then across the street, this appears to be some sort of little, I don't know what this is. Could be a shop. Let's take a look. It's got a little walkway. Uh-oh, somebody didn't make it. Anybody want to go to Tennessee? That's kind of crazy to point out, but I like those odd colored glass bottles. So as we wander away from here, oh, let's take a look at this truck. They've turned that into art. And the Mozart Tavern. It's pretty cool. But yeah, look. Recycled, it says. Little ducks. Oh, and we have a driver. I wish it were nighttime and this were lit up. I see that it's got different kinds of lighting connected to it. And it says, bring your dreams. Now we're gonna go over here and take a look at the Goldfield Hotel. Like I said, one of the few things to survive the 1923 fires. This has been featured on countless ghost shows. Not a hotel you can stay in anymore that I know of. Certainly doesn't look that way. We had to stop and see it. Glass is still there. I love that. I love that you can see the original floor tiling. Looks like they're trying to renovate it. Even that auto garage looks pretty creepy. Town's kind of hanging on by a thread, it looks like. On the corner is their radio station. Voice of the Old West, Radio Goldfield, KGFN. That's neat. Look at that old garage, decaying garage, that's great. It's a yard sale, but it's world's greatest gold camp. That giraffe. Now, one of the things that stuck out most in my mind when I traveled through here before is what I want to show you next. This is what I was looking for. The Art Car Park. I saw this while I was driving. I was just dumbfounded. I love this kind of stuff. Look at the double-decker. Looks like a, what is that, a Volvo station wagon with a Volkswagen on top. Completely artified. And then this one has been double-decked with a speedboat. Rocket Bob is what it says. That's interesting. I love this kind of stuff. I really do. Take a look at this one. I don't even know what all's going on here. Especially with those. There's some mirror. There's some ski boots. Pretty interesting. Art sometimes is in the eye of the beholder. Looks like that's a pull-along trailer. And then here we have a van with a VW bug on top. He-Man. One of those fun, free little stops you can make while you're out exploring the town. Here's the little historical society and the general store. Sadly, not much is open anymore. Here's the fire station, but then I noticed this over here. Aren't these both great? Look at this. Old fire truck. I love it. Great. So here's the courthouse, but if you look over here, you'll notice that there's a plaque talking about the boxing championship fight that I told you was held here. And this is the high school. It looks like they're in the process of renovating. And here you can see an old bottle house built in 1905. You don't see many of those anymore. Even the little pathway. Then here's the old Shell station. Looks like it got a little graffiti. The guy checking his phone there. Check out the classic cars behind the Shell station. This one in the back looks like the Ecto-1 from Ghostbusters almost. Not this one. This guy. That is cool. Alright, let's pop on in and have a bite to eat at Dinky's Diner. Alright, I got my coffee. All those who believe in telekinesis, raise my hand. Can't usually go wrong with the patty melt, so I went with the patty melt. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. I highly recommend this place. Dinky Diner. They have a couple of cemeteries here in Goldfield, but this is the Pioneer Cemetery. And there's one kind of crazy headstone, something I've never seen in all my travels. I had to come in and check it out. It's definitely way out here. No doubt about that. I was wondering, off in the distance I kept seeing a lot of like glittering. This must be part of the old landfill that I'm passing through. All right, we have finally found it. I think the one that we're looking for is in the back. I think that's where the Pioneer section is. So we go past the Elk's Rest and it's back here to the left. All right. After that long, arduous journey, we finally found it. And there are some pretty interesting reasons for death listed on a lot of these headstones. I'll show you a couple of them, but the main one that we came out here for, I noticed right away. It's right here in front of us. Don't even know who he is, but one of the more interesting headstones I've ever seen in my travels. Unknown man died eating library paste, July 14th, 1908. Yep. Sad as it is, back when Goldfield was a bit bigger, booming community, he was a vagrant looking for something to eat in the streets, wandered through behind the library and went through the library trash and ate some of the paste. And though it was made of water and flour, it also was 60% alum, so it killed him. Pretty sad to be buried out here and nobody even know who you are. I noticed this one over here. Martin Rower, gunshot by deputy sheriff, same year. Over here. Nugent, boot black gunshot, age 39. Here we have Indian Molly. All right, let's go explore some of the southern part of Goldfield. There's something interesting there I'd like to show you. Hey, take a look at that hanging out there. Puro. Okay, we're heading out of town, our last stop of the day. This is gonna be a fun one. All right, we're heading out to a church. Not your average church though. Not what you're thinking. Now we're gonna follow the tires. That should tell you something. Well, here it is, the International Car Forest of the Last Church. This is a art installation that two men have worked on together. It's pretty phenomenal. Let's take a look. So as you can see here and all along there, these two men have brought old decaying cars out here. They've turned them up on their side, put them nose down, and then they decorate them. They do art. And as you can see, there's buses and there's all kinds of stuff down here. So let's go take a look. There's some sort of vehicle buried down in here. Says I'm not fat. And then over here we have one of the buses. I don't even know how you would do this. How would you do that? The art of getting those tipped up like that, I don't know. Then we're eventually going to take this path that takes us all the way around down there. Holy moly, look at all those cars. Now they do say you can add art to it if you want. They just ask you to be respectful, not cover up other people's stuff and make it artsy. It's crazy, I wasn't expecting this, but there's a grave out here, kind of like right out in the middle of nowhere. Jesse S. Linebarger. And there's the bus we were looking at. Figured we could get a little bit better some of the art this way. See, that's pretty good. I like that kind of stuff. Oh, that's nice. Look at that heart. This is what happens when you have too many cars. Oh, look at that. That's a, it's like a limo on top of a milk truck or a bread truck or something. Now you're talking. Anyone living in here? Hope not. Gosh, just amazing how many they have out here. That one says, never reveal your identity. Look here, they left the doors open. These are interesting. It's like a flatbed of a truck. This one back here. Look how they did that one. Now, the weird thing is that there's no official count on these because there's trails and paths that keep going in every direction, and the more I looked, the more I would see a random car out in every direction. I want to check out this bus in the furthest back because it looks like there's a cave or something back there. See, I want to check out these up here. I'm trying to figure out what that hole was. Fun bus! Random bones. Oh, there's a freaking couch in there. Call me crazy, I love exploring stuff like this. I don't know what that is, probably a mine. It's a tunnel going somewhere. I see a lot of spray paint cans and stuff back there. Well, there's more of the leg. I guess we'll call it a day here, my friends. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed our trip out to Goldfield today. We'll see you all next time. Have a great night and goodbye.